Hello everyone, this is Mr. Nardelli. Tonight I'm going to be talking to you briefly about the basics of percents. Now, a percentage actually means out of 100. So, for example, 70% would mean 70 out of 100. And yes, you can have parts of a percent. You can have 7.2%. You can even have percentages that are over 100. You've heard athletes say, I give 110%. So what we're going to talk about is first off changing a fraction to a percentage. Now I talked to you earlier in one of the previous screencasts about changing a percent to decimal and decimal to percent. This is a hybrid of that. So if I wanted to change 1/2 to a percent, if I memorized it, awesome, I could just go ahead and do it. But first thing I would do is change that fraction to a decimal. If I would have 1/2 memorized, but if not, I would go ahead and do the division, and notice I did 1 divided by 2, and I had to put my 0.0, and then so I said 2 into 10 goes 5 times, and I got my 0.5. Simple. But the next step is I have to change the decimal to a percent. And the way I do that is move that decimal 2 places to the right. That rule won't change. It's going to be 2 places to the right. And then I put this little percent symbol. So 0.5 actually goes 1, 2 to the right. I have to slip a 0 in there, and I've got 50%. Voila. A lot of times you might memorize 1/2 as 50%, and if you do that, then you just put your answer down and go on with your day. Next is if I want to change a percentage to a fraction. I'm kind of going to go backwards. First thing I'm going to do is change the percent to a decimal by moving the decimal 2 places to the left and dropping the percent symbol. So I'm kind of doing the opposite of step 2 up here. So 32%, the decimal is understood to be right there. After the 32, I would go 1, 2, and call it 0.32. Now, the next step I would do is change that into a fraction by calling it 32 over 100. If I read this correctly, I can say that's 32 hundredths. And then I would have to simplify it. I would divide both by 4, and I would get 8 25ths. The most common mistake here is not simplifying, so make sure you simplify. If you need anything, feel free to email me at nardelli.efsc@gmail.com. Thanks.